So this episode, I'm switching gears. Last episode was a little more playful, but it was about memories. This episode's about memories, also of a different kind. Friends. I'm James Lott Jr., and this is 50 Plus. As I reflect on turning 50 in a few months, I start looking back at some of my life and my fun and things that I did. Um, and last week was all about the electronics and electronical stuff. This week's about friends. And this month, I lost someone very important in my life. Back in 2000 and I think like it was a long time, 2007, I think it is. No, it was before that. It was 19, I'm sorry, 2007, 1997. Because yeah, I can't believe it's been that long. But I was so young, and losing a friend so young, and who was also young too. Not an older friend, but it's like young, same age, was kind of rare. You're like, well, that's kind of, and that sticks with you too. But as you get older and you get into your 40s, and for this case, 50s and 60s, it's just more common. People are going to start to go. I've say over the last 4 years, 5 years, I've lost about 7 or 8 friends who I was really close to. Then some acquaintances too. Um, they're out there too. But like I got like 7 or 8 really close people that I just thought would live as long as I do. It was after my brother who passed. But before that, it was my around my age. And so like that's a whole other story. That's losing a sibling. But losing a friend, it really hits differently, right? Um, because again, you're getting ready for parents, grandparents, older people, but your peers, that's such a thing. And a lot of us have peers of all ages. I think back to the AIDS crisis, for example. I had friends my age, friends younger, and a lot of friends older. And I would say, and I hate to even say this, but I think 90% of my older friends died. I have a few that are left, who are left over, but I'd say 90% of my friends at that time, but who were older than me, all passed away from AIDS or complications from it. That was a sad time period. I have a picture of 7 people as well as 9 of us, and I only 2 of us are left. The other 7 each died, and I can't look at the picture. There are certain pictures I have up that I can't look at still because just friendships. So then that's again, I was young. I was like 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 20, I was young. But I think it almost hits even harder because you've had someone in your life for 20 years, 25 years, 30 years. They become family. They become somebody more than just a friend. And then the ones who are, friends, maybe you don't consider them family, but they're friends. They've been in your life for a long time. It's just like you just do like they're always there. They're there. It's just that's just how it is. So it's weird when they're not. And you sort of feel your own mortality. At the same time, you're like, wow, like they're dying. What about, like, how's my health? What am I doing? What's going on? Might be the last one left. There's a classic Golden Girls episode about that. What will happen if we all, people start to die off? Who's left? And the youngest isn't always the one to go first. Sorry, the oldest is always one to go first. That's the whole thing about that too. Is like I know that my family, where some of the older folks last longer than the younger folks. Um, each friendship that I lost cut in because what also starts to die is, well, first what dies is no future. Your future just cut off. That's it. Maybe you won't see them anymore. Which could mean a cutoff stoppage of traditions you have with them, um, certain ways you speak, certain ways you act, certain ways you talk, certain things you do together that you only do with that person or persons. That could be the ending of that. So you're like mourning the loss of them physically, of course, but you're also mourning emotionally, but also socially. That's the thing. We don't really talk about that. It's like you lose a friend, you lose something socially also. The phone calls, the texts, the going out to eat, the going shopping. Let's you do. I mean, like, or whatever you guys do together. the award shows you visit together, the movies you go together. Like that's part of your social life and social circle dies too. What if it's a friend that is like kind of the conduit, the center of your group? Does the group survive? Was that friend always a friend that got you guys always together, made sure everybody was in touch, made sure stuff, kept you together? You have some friends, that just, we all love each other, but some friends actually make the effort to make sure on this birthday, we all get together, or on this occasion, we meet up. If that person goes, will someone take up that slack, or will it just go to nothing? All those things I think are just very important things to think about. You just don't know. So I think that's something it's very, very interesting. That death of a friend can break down so many different things in your life and your other friends' lives. We're not going to get into like how they die because that's a whole other discussion. Because I know that there's the eternal debate of die suddenly or slow death. Which one, as the friend who's I mean, is it more shocking? Is it harder when someone dies quickly and suddenly all of a sudden you get the mess, oh my God, they're dead? Or if they're sick and you get a chance to be with them to the end. I don't know. I don't have any. I mean, it's just a rhetorical thing. I think both are hard in their own ways. But as a person who's had both happen, neither of them feel good. Neither of them are good. I mean, in the end, you've lost a friend. I think that's the lesson there. You lost a friend. And also losing friends as you get older, 50 plus. For a lot of people, it's harder to make friends at certain ages. A lot of us aren't working those jobs together where everybody becomes friends after work and goes for drinks. Or going to the bars or clubs. You get a little older, maybe it's not what you want to do anymore. You don't do that anymore. You can't do it anymore. Um, what if you have health issues? All kinds of stuff that happens when you get older. Making friends is hard enough, especially if you're in big cities like this or in rural areas. But like, what do you do if you're losing the friends you have? If you have one friend and they're gone, what do you do? There's no easy answer to that either. We're still exploring that as we get older. But I'll stop here. I just wanted to kind of talk about that, and I want to give a shout out to all of my friends who have passed, who I miss every day and all the time, and I have fond memories with. I wish you guys were still here. But I'll see you soon. I'll see you soon. I won't say that. I'll see you at some point again, and we'll rejoice and be united. I'm 50 plus. Talk to you next time.